I mean, where the fuck should I really even start?
All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back at another episode of the Realtor Rant with my bestie, Alana O'Hanlon, as always.
What's up, friends?
Okay, so we've got Nick Alexander today. Nick, wait, is that your Ulatowski? Is that your last? I always see you as Nick Alexander.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult to pronounce. But yes, Alexander's my middle name and Ulatowski is my last name.
Oh, cool. Polish?
It is Polish, yes.
Cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
but I'm from Georgia, so.
Wow. I guess Polish would say Ulatowski, right?
I honestly don't know if we're even pronouncing it right.
Okay.
It could be Ulatowski. I have no idea. But Ulatowski is how I was taught to say it. So
So
Polish
everybody,
listeners are going to be on this.
Nick is an amazing realtor in my market here in North Georgia. He comes across my social feeds all the time. And you even showed one of my properties recently, which was really cool. But I'm going to let him do a quick intro. And then we're going to talk about, Nick's going to talk about SOI, Sphere of Influence today. So go ahead, Nick.
awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for having me on today. So I am a realtor of 10 years. Actually, this month is my 10-year anniversary in the business. Got in the business when I was 22. I didn't really have a path while I was in college and decided to take kind of that leap of faith and go after my license at North Georgia. And, I've never looked back since. And in the meantime, gotten married, I've had a child, but born and raised here in like North Atlanta, North Georgia. So that's the markets that I cover. But yes, I'm really excited to touch on the sphere of influence and how I keep those relationships. That's a big part of my business. I'd say like 85% of my business just comes from my sphere and the people I know.
Yeah.
Here as well.
Alana too. Alana's really good with her sphere. So I've been in the business for 5 years now as a realtor. I was an investor before that, Nick, and always been in sales. But anyway, I'm not very good at the SOI stuff, and I need to really. I'm excited about this episode because I've been sort of just like randomly, a random newsletter here and there, or like a random thank you card, happy spring. But I really don't have a good system. So I'm excited to learn from you on today.
I love it. And I think that the automation part of it, once you get that foundation set up, it's so key because then you kind of just like sit and forget about it and you're making all those touches on a monthly basis and all those things pay off, whether they're automated or not. Your folks see them, you're always top of mind, and the goal is to like obviously like grow the database, but grow the like inner sphere. That's bigger in my opinion. That is where you get the referrals from.
Okay.
And so you're with KW. Do you follow the 33 touch?
So the
plan that
36
KW?
touch is like I have ramped it up, I would say. I don't think that 36 touches is enough anymore. I think
agree
that
with
you
that.
should double it or even triple it, or do your best to see these people in person more throughout the year. But that is a good foundation and a good starting point for someone that doesn't have any touches at all set up.
Yeah, I agree. I was coaching one of my agents today and she was saying, oh, well, with my sphere, I just do it organically. And I said to her, I was like, that's not enough. Because when they go to have coffee with somebody that just did a real estate transaction and they rave about their agent, who do you think they're going to refer? They're going to refer that agent, and it's more likely. So you've got to be top of mind with people all the time, providing them as much value as you possibly can, and not always about real estate.
Absolutely. Yes. You need to show off your life and what you do outside of real estate and things like that. I mean, even just like social stories are so important. I mean, you got to stay consistent with those. And I feel bad because if you were to look up my stories right now, I don't have anything on there, but I need to get something on there today. And 300 plus people see that every single day and I'm on their mind. So
yeah. So you use social media as one of your mediums in your business.
That's correct. Yes. I would say it's definitely a crucial part to my business. It's definitely a pillar in my business.
Very cool. Very cool. How much business would you say can you attribute to new business through social media, or is that more just of stay in touch, stay top of mind, have people kind of see a view in your world?
Yeah, so new business, I would say it's maybe like, I don't know, 10%. It's not a ton of new business unless I don't know, I've got some sort of educational information that ended up hitting pretty big and got a lot of views and some followers from, and then some new conversations started from there. Or maybe it's like some paid ad stuff with some of our listing videos and I captured some new followers from that. But a lot of it's like people that I am acquaintances with
Okay.
already. Yeah, I already know them, but maybe I don't know them on that deeper level. And then they follow me and now they get to know me in my real estate business.
Very cool.
Okay, so can we go back to the 66 touches thing? So that's 66 touches per person. That equates to every 5 days a touch. So that sounds crazy to me. Like, how are we touching these people? Because that is way too much touching for me.
Okay, so I get it. It sounds overwhelming. It sounds like a lot, but I would so I'll kind of go over the touch points and what I have, but please keep in mind that social media is a big one because the stories and being there daily is a touch, in my opinion. I think that people see that and they see my face and they know that I'm in real estate. It's not necessarily like I'm DMing them, but some of the times I will DM them or I'll touch them that way and just say, hey, how you doing, Saul? You know, congratulations on your new kid, whatever it might be. That is definitely a touch in my opinion. And if you go and look at your stories and see how many people are looking at that daily, that's huge. So that might be a touch, but I'll start off with some of the more like foundational touches that I think are very important. So a monthly newsletter, I think that's crucial. I think that you absolutely should have that. And I think you'd be surprised on the clicks and the open rate you would get with a monthly newsletter. I do mine through MailChimp. I actually have someone that does, so I send them all the basics, which is like the monthly stats, the photos that I want inserted, and maybe some other things. But she does it for $90 a month, but it's very simple. I just want to leverage that out of my life right now. And so I think it's very affordable for that. But I also use the template through Coffee and Contracts.
Oh, very cool. I do my monthly newsletters through Flowdesk. I love Flowdesk. I think they're very aesthetically pleasing.
They are. Yes, that's a great platform.
For Coffee and Contracts, real quick, are you using that for a lot of your social stuff as well?
I like using it for ideas, the templates, of course. But that's really about it. I mean, I do get some like social media templates every now and again from them that I'll use, and I'll be honest, that's one thing I need to do better on in my business is take advantage of all that they're offering through that website.
They do offer so much. I'm a member of Coffee and Contracts too. It's a lot. And if you're looking for something a little different too, I don't know if you've ever heard of the Marketing Manor. She just started like her own type of Coffee and Contracts. That is like a wealth of information and really personalized database type marketing that she does as well.
That's amazing. I'll have to look into them. I have not. But if I was like a new agent, I were to fully use all that Coffee and Contracts offers and attend their classes and things like that. Oh my goodness. Like if I was social media driven in my business, like they give you the foundation and the roadmap to some success.
10 out of 10. They really are.
But it's only as good as you use it. Cause I was paying the fee but I didn't really use it, so I had to cancel it. So
I don't blame you because it is like $50 a month, and if you're not using it, then you're just wasting money. So
yeah, and it's actually gone up. I think it's $79 a month now.
Oh,
I know. I'm locked into the $59. I'm like, I'm not getting rid of it.
Yeah. I need to just go double check that then. So
yeah, last time I checked, they did an increase to $79. So I don't know if it went up from there, but
wow.
Just so we can manage the listeners' expectations.
Can you tell us some of your top tools, automation, and any maybe new AI kind of cool stuff that you're using for the SOI?
Yeah, absolutely. So we talked about the newsletter. That goes out monthly, and of course, it's got like events and things like that in there. And another item that I think that everyone should have, all real estate agents should have and have a touch point with, is some sort of like neighborhood watch or, you know, home value system that sends people automatic updates monthly. Now for me, I use, it's a, what is it called? Homebot. Yes. So
I use
Homebot is
Homebot
what,
too.
yeah, so I love Homebot, and you can partner with the lender on it, and it's pretty affordable per month. But you can put buyers in it, you can put sellers in it, and all their addresses. Your whole sphere can go into it, and it's got some really like cool information. It's a cool platform. It's very user friendly, and it's got some amazing like mortgage hacks and things like that that people just wouldn't know. But I see a pretty good click rate on it every month.
I do too. Yeah.
Why don't you guys just use whatever's built into your CRMs?
So that's funny that you mentioned that. So our CRM that we have through KW is called Command. And Command is wonderful if you're just doing like basics, in my opinion. Command has been like a big work in progress tool, and it's getting better and better, but I just like the format of some of these other programs. That's why I use MailChimp. First off, MailChimp's free up to a certain amount of contacts. I like the format just a bit better. It sends out emails cleaner,
Okay.
if you know what I mean. And
Yeah.
so it just looks cleaner, and it's got a better format to it. So I stick with MailChimp and like for the emails, and then for the market analysis update, Homebot.
Okay. And Alana, why don't you use Lofty? Because they have, I mean, I don't know. Have you played around with it?
It's just mad to me. Like, I think there's something fun, and for me, it's got to be aesthetically pleasing. We're so inundated with emails nowadays. It has to be something that makes me want to click on it. Because you know me, my inbox always has to be at 0. So unless the subject line really hits me, I'm just deleting it. I'm not even opening it. And I feel I've had the most success with something like Homebot that's kind of fun, interactive, gives you different tools. And Flowdesk is just so aesthetically pleasing. I get a really good open rate with both of those. And so the goal is not just to send out an email. The goal is to interact and engage with your database. So for me, Homebot, I think I pay $25 a month because I partner with a lender. And then I'm locked into a really good, annual rate with Flowdesk. So for me, they're just really cool automation tools where when I send things out from Lofty, it's just a sad basic email.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I feel the same way though about Command, and I don't know what brokerage you're with, but oh, okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like, I don't know. I like MailChimp and Homebot, and I'm happy to pay for those. I feel like it's a good return. So I don't know.
Okay.
If I get one lead from that, it pays for that and more all year long. So
well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put my name. It's probably already in Lofty, but I'm gonna make sure I set myself up for the home valuation portal, whatever it is, doohickey, and then I'll compare that with Homebot. And I'll report back to you guys and tell you which one is more cool looking.
It's going to be.
Let us know your thoughts. I would love to know that.
I'm biased. I don't even need to hear her thoughts.
Okay. Okay. Let's go back to the tools. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. All right. So one other thing that I think has been a really good, like just value piece in my business with Touches is I have my database. This is like my email database, which is probably close to 1,000 people. But within that, I have what's called like my Sphere database, which is probably close to like 130, 140 people right now. And I'm trying to grow that. This could be past clients. This could be someone that had reached out and tried to create a deeper relationship. or I'm trying to build trust with, and I will end up getting like their full contact information and setting them up on a like a monthly mailer plan. So I actually send them direct mail, and it's very affordable to send a postcard every month. I think it's like $1.10 per mailer. And I use a company called Diane Endeavors. They're local to the North Atlanta area, and they do what they will Nick-ify the mailers to where they've like AI'd me into the mailer, and it's very kind of creative and cool. And I know that my mom keeps them all, but I noticed that other people keep them all too.
That is important, getting the people to keep them. I'm gonna look into that. That sounds cool. I wonder if they cover Florida.
As long as they're not making like a Nick postcard shrine, like you go to their house and you're like on a listing appointment, you're like, and you see like this wall of Nick. You might.
Yes. I don't want to like go on the listing appointment and see my face in their bedroom or something. Yeah.
So what do you, on these postcards that you send out, is it what's the information that you're putting on these postcards?
Sure. So it depends. So sometimes like January, I usually do a homestead exemption one. Or it's like a Happy New Year / homestead exemption.
Mm-hmm.
February might be a Valentine's Day goofy card. Maybe there's a St. Patty's Day the next. So it's either holiday, it's either funny or educational. But my favorite is an event. So it's an invite, because that's always the easiest touch. And half of my touches on this, like, let's just say 72 touch through the year, is an invite to an event. This could be a team event. And that's another way that we'll get to that. But, this could be a brokerage sponsored event. This could be a charity, event, but that's a lot of times what these mailers will be as well. I'd say probably like half of them throughout the year are probably some sort of event. Like we have a clay shoot that's coming up, and we're doing that to raise money for the Red Day event. And they just like put me holding the shotgun shooting clays. So
then you just invite them to come and donate or give their time in some sort of way. It's not like you're sponsoring the event to then invite them to come from that aspect.
yeah, so some of them there are team events, like we have a brewery event coming up, and I'll send the mailer out for that, and that's just an invite with a QR code on it to RSVP, and
Okay.
that's like a free beer event. So
Okay, cool. And then do you do a client appreciation event every year?
we do several a year.
Several. Okay.
Yes, that's a big tool in our business. I feel like if you're not like purchasing leads, which I don't think that you should do, I think that you got to give back to your people. And one way that we do that is, through these events. So we do an annual like spring brewery event, which is actually this Sunday. And Holly, I know you're local, so you can stop by if you want. It's at NoFo. And Alana, if you were local, you could stop by. But
thank you. I appreciate that.
yeah, so we do a brewery event every spring, and then in the summertime we might rent out a movie theater and invite everybody to the movies for like a during the day movie or something. Christmas time we do a Santa event, so we bring Santa in, and then we have a photographer and they take family pictures.
Events kind of stress me out. I'll be honest. I have a North Georgia. So I run the North Georgia Short-Term Rental Alliance Facebook group. And when I started, I was doing cool, like trying to do these cool events, Airbnb tours and workshops. And it really would stress me out. And then sometimes like nobody would show up, maybe one person, it was so awkward. And I was like, why am I doing this? But you've given me kind of an idea. Sounds like your events are very collaborative with your team or your brokerage in your that location. So it's making me wonder, think maybe I should collaborate more with other Epic agents, because we're more solo, and so maybe I should collaborate with more Epic agents that are at least in my general area, and maybe we could just go in on something together and invite our clients and sphere, and then share the costs. I wonder if that would make more sense.
That's what a lot of solo agents do in our office is they collab. They'll do like 4 or 5 agents together. And remember, like if no one shows up to your client event, it's okay. That's not, you got all the touches out. You're still top of mind. If they show up, they show up. And honestly, if they don't show up, that's cool. You didn't spend all that money. I mean, you maybe spent some time and some money, but then you're there with the other agents and it looks like, yeah, you're helping out everybody and you're still going to have a good time and everything, but you made your touches. That's the most important part. And then if you collab with people, yes, you'll split the costs, get sponsorships from vendors. You can cover all of your costs through sponsorships from vendors. But the good thing is if you do have people come and you've got 5 other agents, it's a massive group of people and it just looks like you have way more business. So there's a bunch of perspectives to look at it in a good way.
Yeah, I love that.
I love that too. Okay, sorry. So you had gotten to your monthly mailers to like your top SOI, maybe around 100, maybe max 200, whatever. But question on that too. When you were gathering the addresses, did you just reach out to people individually, or did you have a special tactic to gathering, the contact addresses?
Yeah, so a lot of those folks were people that I've worked with in the past, or people that I already knew their addresses. Like maybe it's family or friends, and I've got a really supportive, like pretty good sized friend group, and so I just put them on it. I knew their addresses. Okay. So yeah, but if I was like to reach out to someone random, there's probably a good chance I could find their address already.
True.
Yeah. I guess we're kind of like, we're realtors. We can find anyone's address.
Yeah, true. Or just like, I know in the past I've Facebook messaged people or texted them and just said, hey, I'm putting together a mailer.
It's a good excuse to reach out to people like, hey, has your information changed? I just want to, refreshing my database. You came top of mind. Just want to make sure I have all your accurate information.
Yeah. I think that's a great tool to update the database with some sort of script around that. Like, hey, I just want to check in and see how you're doing, but I wanted to send you something in the mail. Can I get your home address?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What?
Instead of being a creeper and just looking it up on property appraisers.
Or just like text them like, yo.
Everybody does that. Not just
Send me your location.
Our side hustle is we're investigators. So, there's that.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. So what else? What other top tools, automation, AI, anything else come to mind?
Yes. So, I'm actually pulling up a list that I have, and I'm happy to share this with y'all as well. Yeah, no doubt. So with continued touches, I would say that sometimes we'll do pop buys. In pop buys, I'm sure everyone knows what that is, but whether that's like the pie during Thanksgiving, or maybe it's something cute like spring cleaning items that we drop off to people. And this doesn't have to be everybody. This is maybe like your top 30. Driving around to 120 different people's homes, that might take you like 3 weeks. So maybe this is your top 30, or if you have another tip for that.
Yeah. So what I do is I have a list. You have 130, I have 100. And what I do is I divide them up into a monthly number. And then each month somebody gets a Popeye. So everybody in that VIP list gets a Popeye once a month. So it makes it affordable and really tangible. And I try to do it logistically based on like areas for the month. So it takes a little time to like put it together. And then as you get new clients, you've got to insert them into the Popeye. But that's how I do it.
That's brilliant. To split it up across the whole year. Mm-hmm. I think that's a great idea. There's no point, I guess there's really no point to just do like 30 every so often and, see what happens. Might as well give back to everybody.
Yeah, exactly. So everybody kind of gets it. So, and as the database grows, then, like I said, you just pop them in. So maybe you could add that.
So there you go. So pop buys also stress me out when you guys are saying that. It makes me, I just feel. So I'm doing Client Giant for my VIP.
Explain.
Yes, we must know.
Okay, so Client Giant it's a little pricey, but it's basically like you would only put your VIP in it, really.
Okay.
So this is like clients who are either repeat or they are people who would refer you. Either they have referred you or like they are kind of raving fans. Let's call them your raving fans. So the Client Giant is an automated tool that will send them very more like curated gifts. So they're very more elite, like cool gifts, and like not like cheesy. It's more kind of chic and cool.
I love it. Well, hold on. So do you put together this?
It's all, you just go in, you pay for, I think it's like each person that you put in, if you set them up on there's different levels. So like, there's like definitely different levels to the gifts, but you just set them in there and it will automatically send them. I can't remember how many, it may be quarterly. Oh. I believe it might be quarterly. It just automatically will send them those curated gifts.
That's amazing. I've never even heard of that, but I definitely will look into it.
I really like it. I've used it in the past and I just started it back up again because I did get some really good feedback about it back then. But I just decided I'm kind of leveling up my database. And so I went for it again. So we'll see how this goes. But I really like it. The other fun thing about it is it will send out. So even if you don't put everyone in the Client Giant, like anyone that you upload into it, you can send them, like, let's say they aren't VIP, but you just want to gather more intel. You can send them, it will send them all this fun questionnaire, like, so you can find out what their hobbies are and their kids' names and their anniversary date and like all this fun stuff. And it's done in a really kind of fun way. So
that's so helpful. Yeah. I feel like getting some of that information from your client, like we always feel like we shouldn't ask that, but I don't know, maybe it makes it easier with a gift. So
yeah, people filled it in. I was surprised. Like people were having fun filling in all this information, like their favorite sports teams and what they like to do on the weekends and all the stuff. So yeah, Client Giant's pretty cool.
That is really cool.
I'm going to look into that. That could be another good added touch for my business. I think that's awesome.
Okay, what else? We got Popeyes.
Yeah. So I think probably like the last thing that I'll probably touch on is obviously like we have let's just say like home anniversaries or birthdays and things like that. And a handwritten note goes a long way. Still today. I mean, I'm the kind of person that keeps all the cards I get. Now, like if you were to talk to my wife, she'd just like throw them away. But I keep all of them. So I don't know. There's two different people in the world, but I keep all mine. Like if someone wrote me a handwritten note, I think that's like meaningful and I'll probably keep it and I'll remember that they did that. So you can always do that. But I think probably the last thing that I want to touch on is just the events again. I think the client events are so crucial. I mean, building trust and relationships is a face-to-face thing. Like you have to, I feel like building trust over a text message is nearly impossible. The next best thing is a phone call. The next best thing is a Zoom call. And then the next best thing after that is actually being in person with these people. And so inviting them to an event is just, it's the best way to build trust and deepen a relationship. And so that's why we do so many client events a year. And I do think it's very helpful. And the easiest touch is an invite. So like we had a amazing turnout this year. So our brokerage did an Easter egg hunt. It was at Fowler Park close by, and there was probably 500 people there.
Wow.
It was nuts. And just to be able to like take that and document it on socials and show people like in the community that we were hosting that, and we have our signs everywhere. And like, I don't even know if I had anybody there because I didn't see anyone I knew. Like it was so many people, but the touches went out and I got to show everybody the turnout, and that was just the big thing. And so we do a lot of those events a year.
Awesome. I think that's really cool to bring it all home back to the events, because in a digital age where everything has gone to text message or a little bit more casual, getting back to actually being in person, loving on people, and seeing them face to face, loving on them. I absolutely love that.
Yeah. Yeah. You've given me a lot of good stuff here. I have some great notes. This is going to be a really helpful episode. We're going to let you go, but I do want to tell you guys one quick hack, because I know you like the handwritten, and I know Alana likes handwritten too.
Oh, I'm all about it.
And that is the cheapest thing too, to actually handwrite and actually stamp. But again, that gives me anxiety, and I don't like going to the post office. So I do use another app called Handwritten with a Y.
Oh.
So it's handwritten instead of the I, it's Y, handwritten. And that's a fun app. I love it because it looks like it's handwritten. That's why it's called Handwritten. And I love it because if I think of somebody, or let's say I see something to congratulate and I'm out and about, I can literally just pull up the app and just make it happen right then. So
I love that, because you should see my handwriting. I have the handwriting of a third grader.
Mine's bad too. It's really bad. And you can actually pick the version that looks more like a third grader if you want to make it look as most like you. There are many different.
I think I'm at like a 6th grade handwriting.
I might have to level up the grade a little bit, because my penmanship is very embarrassing, but it's okay. Everything's e-sign now, and I love that idea. I think that's great. That honestly, I might just go look that up here in a second and download it, because I need to get like something a little bit like, I don't know, like a handwritten note. I need to get some more of those out in my business. So
even when you leave a listing presentation or with a buyer, you meet a new client, immediately you get in the car, use the app, boom, it's done. And you set it and forget it. You don't have to worry about the thank you card. And then, oh, where's my stamps at? That's what always gets me. I know I bought stamps. Where are they? So I think I love this. I can't wait to see this. And Nick,
what
we
you
really
said,
appreciate your time.
Yeah, what you said though is locking down like the appointment afterwards like that. That's just brilliant. But yes, of course. Thank you guys so much for having me today. I appreciate it.
And maybe we can have you back when you have more time, not to cut you short, but we know you're busy, and enjoy your red day. What you're doing on those KW red days is amazing work. So shout out to KW.
And I'm about to put my mask back on. So
Wolverine out.
Love it.
Okay, guys.
Good luck.
I appreciate y'all.
I appreciate you. Take care.
That's today's rant, friends.
If you loved it, share it.
And if you hated it, share it anyways. See you next week.